Transition. Hello, everyone. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm doing all right.
That's good. Oh,
Got to
there we
mute
go.
something?
Yep, forgot to mute my phone. I also forgot to plug it in. But that is before it dies. Alright. First try, no errors. Easy days. I have not forgotten any of the things. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm doing all right. Just, working.
Same on my side. I have not been up to too much. Played some board games over the weekend. Got a new controller. I was using a fancy controller, and then I bought a different fancy controller. Mostly because the previous fancy controller, the left shoulder button isn't reliable, and when I'm playing Rocket League, I need it to be reliable. So, yeah, I got a new fancy controller. So hopefully that does well. Getting it delivered was really frustrating, though, because they tried delivering it on Wednesday and Thursday around noon when I was at work. So obviously I wasn't at home to deliver it either of those 2 days.
Oh, did it require a signature?
Yeah, it did. And I didn't want to do the FedEx door tag thing where you sign and stick the door tag on the door, letting somebody know that there's a package about to be delivered and it will not be attended. So that's we've already had something stolen from our door before in the past, and I didn't want that to happen.
Well, that sucks. People suck.
Yeah. And yeah, so I took Friday off, not to get the package, just because I wanted to have a day off. And when I checked the side of the door just to make sure that it hadn't been delivered yet, because I needed to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and then I went back out, and I checked the door. There was a door tag. So somehow in the 2 minutes that I was not paying attention to the door because I was in the bathroom, they attempted to deliver and then left.
Of course.
So, yeah. So I had to drive 45 minutes to get to the warehouse to pick up my package, and then another 45 minutes to get back home, just because they didn't tell me the time window that I needed to be available for. Because I had been paying attention to my tracker, and it was just like, yep, sometime before 8 p.m. Very useful. And the 2 previous deliveries, they didn't put a timestamp on the door tag, but it also had different times on the when it was on Wednesday and Thursday. So that was really frustrating. Let's see, what else did I do? About it. I didn't do anything else exciting for the weekend. So, with that being said, unless you have anything to share, I'm ready for some Sudoku.
Yep, that works for me.
And alright, so the first puzzle we are going to do today is called Squeeze Play by Darth Paradox. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Along the green line, adjacent digits must differ by at least 5. The clues outside the grid are sandwich sums. Each gives the sum of the digits between the 1 and 9 on the indicated diagonal. The base paths are double arrows. The digits on each path have the same sum as the bases at the ends of the path. The bases contain 4 different digits. What? The base paths are double arrows. The digits on each path have the same sum as the bases at the end of the path? Is that saying that if I add these 12 squares, they're the same as these 4? Or is it saying that these 3 are the sum of those 2? I think that's more accurate.
Outs. Double arrows.
Because I think even if we did 24 plus 2 is 26, what would the minimum of these be? Well, I guess minimum is actually quite small. You've got, well, this would be 3 through 6. I don't know. Well, you know that these are going to be 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. And only have 6 on the ends. This 6 sees that one. Well, if we know that these are all different, then well, this can't be a 3, and it can't be a 2. This one can't be a 5 or a 2. This can't be 2, 6, or 4.
Well, okay, I think what it means is, like, say the path from home to first. You sum home plate and first base, and then they equal the sum of the 3 in between.
Yeah. So this
So
can't be a 1, and that can't be a 1.
1, 3, 4 is going to be the minimum.
Mm-hmm. Which is 8.
So 6 is going to be the minimum. Yeah, and it'll be the same over for third base.
we've got this 9 here, so that means I can't put a 1 here or here. I need at least 2 digits for 11.
In fact, if you look at the line from home plate to first base,
Yeah.
in that box, which would be the first two that you would be running through, the minimum there is 3-4.
Yeah.
And the maximum sum is going to be 7, or it's going to be 11.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, except not a 3.
Well, it can't be a 2.
Oh, right.
So, and if that's 3-4, that's already 11, or already 7.
Oh, well then you couldn't put a 4.
No, and you can't put a 5 because 7 and 5 is 12. So it's going to have to be 3, 4, and 1. And that,
I
well,
think
I mean,
this
that
has
could
to
be
be a 1.
larger. That has to be a 1, but that could be 3, 5, or 8, and 1 is 9.
Could it be 3, 7 for 10
For
and
10
1 for
and 1,
11?
yeah. Yeah, because it could go up to 11.
So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this would also be 1, 2, 3, 4, not a 2. Except again, it couldn't be a 4, because this is minimum 3, 4.
Well, there's also a 4 in that line.
True.
But sees it by Sudoku. So I'm not sure that one has to be a 1. Oh, no, because there's a 3 in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one could be 1 or 3. Could I do 11 in 4? No, because that would have to be 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Correct.
And 11 and 3 can be 2 plus 3 plus 6. So 1 has to be one of these two. Because it either has to be 2 digits for 11 or 3 digits for 11, because 4 is too much. So I can't put a 1 here, which means this isn't a 6. This 5, and that 7, C's there. 5 and 7. C's a 3.
Home plate can't be 9.
Right, so where's 9 in this
Not
box?
home plate. I meant home. Second base can't be a 9. Because 23 is going to have to be in 4 digits, at least 4 digits.
Oh, right, I see.
So it can be 1 or 9.
Because I can't use the 9 in the 23.
Right.
And 8, 7, 6
is only 21.
And then if we look at where 9 can go in this box, this 9 here sees those two, and a 9 in here would be too much. Because
Right.
3 and 9 is 12, and 2 and 9 is less than 12. So this digit has to be a 9. And now 9 has to be one of those two. And I guess we could say that 8 has to be one of these two, although I don't know if that's useful. One is one of these two. That doesn't feel useful. Well, could this be a 9? Because of this 18? If that was a 9, I'd have to put the 1, like, all the way over here.
Right.
9. And then this plus that would be 18. Or less. 9 and 3 is 12, plus another 3 is 15. And then I would need 3 more, which I couldn't do. And 9 and 5, or really 9 and 10, because it's the 9 plus the 5, which gives us this, plus the 5 again, which is 19. So this can't be a 9, I don't think. Because if it was 9 and 3, that would be 12. So clearly I couldn't put the 1 on this line. So it would have to be over here, or farther. So 9 and 3 gives us 12 there, plus another 3, which is 15. And the only way to get 3 more is either another 3, can't do it, or a 1 and a 2. And, well, I can't use 1 in the sandwich. So
Right.
18 doesn't work. 9 and 5 is 14. So these are 14. Plus 5 is 19. So clearly, I can't do 9 and 5. And if I tried to put the 1, say, there, well, in 2 digits, that would have to be a pair of 9s. So this cannot be a 9. Can this one be a 9? Trying to get to 23 is a lot easier. 9 and 16. would be 25.
Nine and 14 is 23.
Yeah, so I could put the 1 right here. Although, I was about to say although, but I don't know why. I think I just need to get 14, or excuse me, 16 into these 3. And then I don't see a reason why that would be impossible. Because that would be a 9 and a 7. So 8 and 2, 6. That would be a working version. Can I put 9 on these at all?
I don't think so.
I think I have to. Because if I don't put 9 over here, then I'd have to put a 9 here. Or here. Well, I guess I could put a 1 in here. Let's say I put the 1 right there. And then 9 can be in lots of places over here. See, 18 and 10 is 28, which means on the outside is 22. That's not how math works at all. 28 would have a remainder of 17. Is that right? I need 17 more to get to 45 from 28?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I know I at least have 8 on the outside of that, of my 17. And I thought more would happen down here, but I can't figure it out. I guess if I think about what these 4 can be collectively, and if I consider this 2 a 4,
All right.
then
Well, from third base to home
yeah,
cannot sum to 8. Because if it did, that would put 3, 4 in that box.
yeah.
And then 5, 6 would be the minimum, so that would make 12, and you can't do 12.
Okay.
So third base can't be a 6. To make 9, obviously we can't do 2, 3, 4, so it's going to have to include a 1.
Yeah. So that would be 1. This would be 8. Which would have to be 3, 5.
Which would make 4, 6, and 1 is for 11. That would work.
If this was a 3 and 7,
No, it couldn't be 7. It would have to be 3, 4, 5.
which is 12. So this is a 1. Regardless of what these two are.
Right. So those sum to either 10 or 9. So those two that are highlighted sum to 8 or 9.
Yeah. And we know this can't be 3, 4, because that's not 8 or 9. It's either 3, 5, 3, 6, or 4, 5. So then, well, this can't be 3, 4, can it? It would be the same problem as over here, 5, 6.
Right.
So this isn't a 6. If this is 3, 5, we get 4, 6, which would be 11. So this can't be 7.
Right, because the other can't sum to 11.
Right. So, I mean, the minimum here is what? 3, 4, 5, 6 is 18, right?
Yes.
And 19, 20.
Four and 16, because you have to double count the 2.
Yeah.
And they have to be different. So doesn't that mean the first base has to be a 9?
Yes.
Okay, so those have to sum to 11. So the 5 comes out. Either 3, 7 or 4, 6.
And it will have to have a 5 over here, because I only have 1 degree of freedom.
Right.
So it's between the 6 or the 7 that I'm missing.
And the one that's 2 spots from the 2 going along the first baseline cannot be a 3 because it doesn't have a 7 to pair with.
Right. Because it's either 3, 7 or 4, 6. Well, I could do 4, 5 if I did 3, 7. And if I did 4, 6, this would have to be 5 and 3. Okay. How did I get a 6 on this diagonal again? 6 and 1 is 7. I'd have to put a 3. It can't be 6, 5. Dirt. So the 6 comes off
Right.
there. So
that took the 6 out altogether. Or at least on that baseline.
Yeah. Since I know the 5 has to be around here.
Oh, right, yeah.
It had to be 3, 4, 5, 6 for the minimum, or 3, 4, 5, 7 if I use the 8 over here instead of the 7. So if this is 3, 7, this has to be 4, 5. And if this is 4, 6, this has to be 4, 5, or no, 3, 5. But this can still be 3, 7. So.
All right, so the baseline from first to second, that has to incorporate the 23.
So I know the 1 has to be one of these 3.
Well, if you look, okay, 23, 43, oh, because, yeah, that only leaves 2 on the outside.
Yeah, so this isn't 1.
So
if this was a 1...
I mean 10 on the outside. I said, no, 12 on... Jeez, I said 2, and I meant 12. So 12 is going to have to be in 3.
So this is a 1. And
yeah.
then that means this has to be 7.
Right.
And that would mean this has to be 8. And if it's 8...
And that places the 1 in the green.
Sure does.
Sorry,
that makes 2, 9, 3, 8, 4, 7, or 5, 6. But the 8 and 2 is 10, so this has to be 4, 5. So 4 and 6 is out, and we get a 3 and a 7, which takes out our 7s along there, making that 6, 8. Oh, I'm going to have to put the 9 in here, because 18 can't be done in 2.
Yeah, and that's 15, so 9 and 6, it's going to have to be 2, 4.
Right, because there's 1s along the line. 2, 4. Oh, well, that makes this a 3, which takes the 7 out as neighbors. What's left over in this row? 5 and 6? 1, 2, 3,
Okay,
4,
well,
5,
11
6,
and
7,
7 is
8.
already 18.
Yeah, so 9. not a 9. This 6 sees that, so 5 and 6. 6 and 5. This 4 sees that, so 4 and 7. These 3 are 2, 3, and 8. Three, 6, 7, 9. This one's not a 9, it's not a 3. Neither of those is 7. These two aren't 6. This 7 sees that. So this is a 6. It's 3,
Looks like it.
6, 7, 9. Somehow still mess that up. 3, 9 pair.
Makes a 7 in the corner.
Alright.
And the
1.
6 in, I want to say column 2 places the 6, 8, or resolves the 6, 8. Yeah. It just depends on which way it gets rotated back.
Yeah. So 1, 2, and a 4. I also need 2, 4, and more numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Right, 16 in 3. It can't include 1 or 9.
Right.
2, 6, and 8 work. 3, 5, and 8.
Wait, where are we doing the 16? Oh, the 16's here, okay. Yeah, because I got confused. Even though we already talked about it. Two, 3, 8, 9s to make this 5 or 7. 2 and 4.
Well, 4 can't be in that 16 because then that leaves 12, and you can't do 4, 8, or 3, 9, or 5, 7. So if on the 2, 5 next to, yeah, if it's a 2, then the other 2 are 8 and 6. If it's a 5, then the other 2 are 3 and 8.
Okay. Because I need 11.
Right. And it can't be 2, 9, or 4, 7, or 5, 6. So.
Yeah.
So that's a 3, 8 pair in box 5.
That is. 2 and 3 are out of those. And 8 is out. No, 4 is here for sure. I definitely can't put 4 in there, and I can't put 4 here. So 4 is one of these two. Well, if 4 is one of these two, it lines up with those to make that a 6 and a 5. 7. This 6 makes that an 8, which makes that 3. That's 11, so I need 5 more to make 16. 5 is out. This is a 2. That can still be a 7, and if it's going to blank.
Okay, row 2. Yeah, I was gonna say you've already got go from the 7 headed toward the 8. The 8 goes away from the one next to the 7.
Right.
And there's a 1 or a 9 in that.
Oh, that's relevant for the 18.
Yes. So if you come from that 1 9 toward the 7, yeah, the center, that one can't be a 1.
This be 9
7
then?
and 11. That one has to be 9.
Because I can't put it here, and I can't put it over here because I can't do 18 and 2.
Right.
So yeah, 9, 1.
Okay, so we need 11. If the 4 6 is a 6, then that's 2 and 3. If it's a 4, then it's 2 and 5. Either way, that one's a 2.
1, 4 makes this 2, makes that a 4.
And the 2s and 4s come out of the green box.
Two, 3, 7. That's a 4. 1, 3, 1, 2, 7. That's a 5. 8. This is 6. 2, 3, 7. 3. 1s. 1, 2, 4. 7.
Oh, I guess it would be column 8 if it's rotated. No, the other way. Yeah. There's a 4 5 at the bottom, becomes a 4.
7 pair makes that a 4.
Somehow this being
another
rotated,
2,
it
7.
makes it extra difficult for me.
Yeah. Four. The numbers are smaller too, which doesn't help.
Oh, um, box with the first base. There's the 2-7 on the left. Sees a 2 in the row or column, whatever it is.
Two pair is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9.
And the 7 in 4. Row or column 4, whatever it is. That one. There's a 7 in there. The 7, yeah.
5 pair, 3, 5 pair, 4, 6 pair.
8 comes out and the 1 comes out. Go, yeah, from there.
This 3 fix that. That 3 fixes that as well. 9, 8, 3, 9. That's
How did that become
fixed.
yeah, but why is the 3 red?
I don't know. Conflict checker off.
Maybe because it's vertical.
Yeah. Because if I do that. But then there were some other ones that were being goofy. I don't know.
Yeah.
This 3 sees that and this. Makes this a 3 and a 6, a 4, a 4, a 6, 5, an 8, 5.
The 6 at the peak.
3, 6. One. Oh, this 2 makes that a 1. This a 4. 1. 7, 9. This 9. 7, 9, 7. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 there. 2, 1. There we go. That
Yeah,
did say that we got the home run.
having that tipped up on a point just made that. I don't know why it made it so much extra difficult.
Yeah.
Beyond the rows and columns are not rows and columns. I guess that should have been established from the beginning. Which are we calling rows and which are we calling columns?
Yeah. I had been kind of considering this box 1.
Okay.
I'm not sure why. Because there's equally valid reasons to call this box 1.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the only box that was definitely unchanged for position was 5.
Yeah. We could have found the regular orthogonal one. And,
Oh.
Yep. So this one was box 1.
Mm-hmm.
The upper right most diagonal. There we go. I kind of found it to be average-ish difficulty. But I don't know how much of that was because we did the diagonal, which made things a little extra difficult. Back on. Yeah. Aside from that, yeah, just leave it at that. Submit. Click submit comment. Not average difficulty. Very nice. There we go. Success. Next puzzle is going to be Fair and Square by James Cock. Normal Sudoku rules apply. The grid is covered in fog. Placing correct digits reveals clues in the surrounding 3x3 area. Adjacent digits along an orange line have a difference of at least 4. Each orange line is in the shape of the square. Cells separated by a black dot are in the ratio of 1 to 2. Not all black dots are necessarily shown. Three, 4, 6, 8. So those are the only options for 1 to 2 ratio. The values that are left over, or more accurately left out, 5, 7, and 9 are all odd, so they can't be divided by 2, and the minimum is 5. So multiply 5 by 2, and that gives you 10, something you can't place in a single square. 7 and 9 being larger than 5 is obviously going to be larger than 10 as well. 14 and 18 respectively. 8 compare with 4, and 6 compare with 3. So that's what allows 6 and 8 to remain, even though they cannot be doubled to be greater than 10.
You cannot put 5 on there.
Right. So that's going to put 5 here. Which is going to make this one a 9. And you can't put a 9 here. So that one's a 1. That doesn't mean that that's not a... that doesn't mean that this isn't a 1. Take out 1 from there, though. This is automatically a 2. So this one's not a 1. 3, 4, 6, 8. Can't put 1 and 2 there, so this can't be a 1. I think all of the rest are fine. Although going from here to here, I have to have a difference of at least 4.
Right, so it can't be 3 or 4.
Yeah. So 2 is out, 6 is out, and 8 is out. And this one is also minimum 6. But now this has to be minimum 3, so I can't place 6 on either of these. So that's an 8, and that's not. That's a 4. Well, that's going to be a 9, because it can only be 8 or 9. So this is an 8. That's a 7. So this is automatically a 3 because of the 7 there. This isn't a 3, so that's not a 6. That's not an 8.
That's a 1 or 2.
Right, this is the 3 over here. That still isn't,
7 and 9 both have to go on the orange square in box 5.
Right.
7 has to go on the right-hand side.
So 9 will go opposite, because they can't be next to each other.
Right.
Now, between 7 and 9, the 7 has more power. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. So 2 and 3 is out, so that's a 1, 7 pair.
Which means 1, 2 is out on the Kropke dot. Or at least 1 is out on the Kropke dot.
Right. And I'm going to have to place
2,
a
4.
4 somewhere. But now I can't place a 6 on here. So it's going to have to be a 3, 6 in one of those. So that means this has to be 4, 8.
And that one's 3, 6.
What's left over in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 and 9 is removed from that. 5 from there. The 3, 6 removes the 6. The 1, 7 does nothing. The 2, 9 removes 9s. And since that can't be a 9, that's forced to be a 9. And now 4 has to be one of those two, so that's going to fix these. 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. 4 and 8 are removed. And now this can't be a 6 because it wouldn't allow any of those options. I don't think a 3 works either because 3 plus 4 is 7. So that's a 1 or a 2. And you can't put 3 or 6 over here, so it has to be a 1, 2 pair. That's a 9.
Which
so
means the other corner has to be a 5.
Exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, you can't put both 6 and 7 next to each other.
And
so
3 and 6 can't be next to each other.
Well, that means the 3 forces an 8. And then the 7 is going to force 1 or 2. This isn't a 5. This can't be a 4. Because if this was a 4, 4 minus 4 is 0, and that would break this. So this is a 6, 5, 4. 1 or 2. Well, that has to be at least a 2. 2 plus 4 is 6, so 7, 8, 9. Now what? 5, 4, 8, 9. And 1, 2, and 6. 3, 7 pairs somehow, so 3, 7 is out. But that 3, 7 is going to knock the 7 out from over here. 8, 9, and 4, I think?
Looks like it.
1, 2, 6, and 3. 6. One, 2, 6, 5, and 7. Well, 1, 2 pair means that's not 1, 2. One, 5, 4, 8. Can't put 3 or 7 in those. And I can't put both 1 and 2, so I have to have a 6. But the 1, 2 is going to combine with the 1, 2 over here. So 1, 2, 6, 8, 3, 7, and 9 is out. So that's a 4, 5.
If you do like column 4, which would be 1, 3, and 5. Six, 7, yeah.
So
2, 4, and 7.
okay, if I look at this row, I can't have 1 or 2 in here. I need one of the 1 or 2 over here where the 1, 2, 8 is.
Right.
Can't put 1 or 2 on the 3, 6. If I didn't have 1 or 2 here, that would mean 7 and 9 are next to each other, which isn't allowed. So this cannot be 1 or 2. It has to be a 6. And now we get a square there.
And in the bottom of that square, one of those two has to be a 7.
The same is true on the top. So I'm going to end up with 7s. So I can't have 4s there. That's 2, 7, and a 4.
Well, and you can't have a 7 above or to the right of that 4.
It's 3. But I can put 3 next to 7. So that's
Right, yeah.
not done yet. Where can I put 6 in this box? Pulled out of there. Either on the top of this square or the bottom. Isn't particularly helpful. But I do know that I can't put 5 on here. So 5 ends up going around like that. Not seeing that as useful.
Well, on the orange square in box 1, on the bottom, it's either going to be the high digit's going to be either 8 or 9. Because you can't put 5 on there, and you can't have 6 or 7.
Right. What about the high digit on top? Can't be an 8. Can't be 3. It could still be a 2. Could be a 4. 1-2 pair means those can't be
All right.
1-2.
And the never mind.
So
Yeah,
if this was a high digit, it couldn't be 6 or 7. Because a 4 would have to be an 8-9 pair.
right.
Which that would be a 9, so this would have to be 8. Otherwise, we get a 3, which means this couldn't be a 6. Oh, and I ask again, where can 6s go? Well, they're not there, they're not there, and it looks like neither of those can be a 6. So 6 has to be down here, and it's not on that side, it's not there, so that's a 6. Interesting. That feels intended. Anyway, well, I have to have 2 high digits on here, and 7 is there.
Be on there.
8 and 9, and that 9, of course, is that. So that's 8. 1, 2, 3. Not an 8, so that's an 8. So that's a 7. That's a 3. 3 and 7. 3's out. 1, 2. Messed something up. Oh, I can put a 4 on here. That's a 5. 4 there. 3, 4. But that can't be 3 or 4 because of the 3, 4 there. 1, 2, and 6, so that's fine. I can't put a 7. 5. 1 and 5. Apparently that's an 8. Which means 3 and 2. 2, 7, or 9. 1, 7, 7, 2, 3, 1, 2. 7, 1, 9, 2. Not an 8. 1 apparently. 2,
5.
1.
Oh.
2. 1, 2. 2. Where is the 5?
Row
Here?
2. Mm-hmm.
6, 2.
4.
Apparently there. 6, a 2, and a 1. A 3, a 1, a 7. Not a 7. 9 and 7. Not a 9. 1, 2, I need a 3. 4. That's not helpful. I need a 5. 6. And I need a 7. Those two aren't 7. So 7, 5, 4. 8, 6, 9, 4, 5. 6, 4. And I still need 8
8
and 9. That was fair and square. Or maybe fairly square.
Or rhomboid.
Mm-hmm. Although all squares are rhombuses, but not all rhombuses are squares. I don't think that Gamescom has puzzles on Logic Masters Germany. I don't.
Yeah, that's a different.
Yeah, alright. I'm just gonna go to the next puzzle. Just Between Us, You Can Count on Me by Rob Miller. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along a gray line must lie strictly between the digits in the attached circles. A digit in a circle also indicates how many times that digit appears in a circle in the puzzle. Every circle in the puzzle is part of both of the above constraints. Digits along a gray line must lie strictly between the digits in the attached circles. A digit in a circle also indicates how many times that digit appears in the circle in the puzzle. Every circle in the grid is part of both the above constraints. Maybe I just need to see the puzzle? Oh! Okay. So, the digits on the gray line, they're lockout lines.
Right.
But these circles count still. And then a digit in a circle indicates how many times that digit appears in the circle. Okay. So
14
if I were to
circles.
put a 3, then I would need to put 3 threes in. And the count, so if I know that there are 3 threes, then I can add up the different digits that I use, because these 3 count as 3 of the 14, so whatever the different digits are, they're going to add to 14. And I have to use at least 3 different ones. Actually, 4 different ones. 4 different digits to get to 14. Which means I can't use a 9 on any of them.
Well, no, and there are only 7 boxes that have circles.
Oh.
So 7 is the largest digit.
Yeah.
That you could use. Now, if a 7 is used, then in box 8, there's only, which would eliminate 7s from.
So if we did 7, that would be forced to be a 7, so that rules out of those.
And the column 2
of those 2. Then that would be fine, I think.
Which would leave 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah. I think that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
If we used 6 instead, the bottom 3 would have to be 8, which can be 1, 2, 5, or 1, 3, 4. And if we did 5 as our largest digit, then the bottom 3 have to be 9, and they'd have to be 2, 3, 4.
That wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work?
Well, 2 to 5.
3, 4.
It would be this. If you look at the lockout line.
Yeah.
Particularly in.
So between the smallest and largest digits, I need a minimum of 4.
Right.
So 5 isn't the largest. But I can still do 1, 2, 5, and 6. 2, 3, 4, 5 is still possible between 1 and 6. except for this 5 right here. So if this was a 1-6 pair, 2, 3, 4, and 5 would be the only values that those could be. 1,
Right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But that 5 there means it's not possible. So this has to be a 1-7 pair, regardless. Which means that 3s and 6s come out, and so do 5s.
Well,
it has to be 1, 2, 4, and 7 now.
Since there are 7 boxes that contain circles. So box 8 has to be a 7 in the circle.
Right. 7, 1, 7, 7, 7.
Box 1, the 7 can be resolved. And it's going to have to be more than 4, between 4 and 7, I think, in box 6. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because you can't put 5, 6 only 5, 6 between those and have it work.
Between these two?
It has to be more than 4, between 4 and 7, because that would have to be 6, and the 2 above it would both have to be 5 to go between 4 and 7.
And I can put a 6 there and 5.
Oh, yeah.
That's 5 or 6.
Okay, yeah, I guess it would.
And then this one could work too. 5, 6. Just not simultaneously with that one.
2 2s. Where's the 1 go?
Right
we already have the 1. Well, that's
2,
a problem
3,
then.
4, 6.
Oh no, because that's 2, 4, and 7 over there.
Yeah.
We need 2 2s and 4 4s. And there are there's 5 boxes left with 4. Oh.
1, 8, 9. Oh, well, this is also 8 or 9. Because I can't put 8 or 9 on the line.
Right.
So what are the remainder in here? 7, 2, 4, 8, 9, and 1 are all happening. Well, just because this is a 2-4 pair doesn't mean one of those has to be a 3. Both be 5 and 6. Put the 3 up there. Okay, well, what about this box? 2, 4, and 7 is out. And 8 is out. And you can't put 9 there. These two can't be 5. And on the line, you can't put 1s there. Now, 3, 5, and 6 makes that a 1. 2, 4, and 8.
You can place a 1 in box 5. You can't put it on a lockout line.
It's not 7.
So 8 and 9, 9 has to go in there.
It's one of those two. That's not a 9, so that is. That's not 9. 3, 4, 5. Well, it's just 3, 5, and 6. Because the 4 is down here at the bottom. So, one of these has to be a 2. Which means this can't be a 2. If this was a 2, that would be a 4, and this would be a 4, 7. Means you couldn't put a 3 in there. So that's a 4. Meaning that's not a 3. 5, 6. Takes 5 and 6 out. 2. 7, 7, 2, 4, 5, 6.
And the other 2 circles are 4s.
One, 8, 9. 9, 1, 9, 8, 2, 8. 1, 9. 3, 5, and 6. 2, 4, and 3. Not a 3. 6. 2, 5, 5. 6, 3, 3. 6, 5. 5, and 6. Be a 4. 5 or 6.
9 can be placed in box 1.
3, 9, 7, 2. Somehow not 5 or 6. So that's 1, 4, 8. So that's not a 4.
Column 4 needs a 2.
Left in box 2. 3, 4,
8 and 9.
1, 8, 2, and 4. Well, those can't be 2 and 4. So that's 8 and 1. I'll mess something up because there's already a 4 in the box. I need a 3. These aren't 8. Excuse me. Yeah, they're not 8s. That's not a 3. That's not 1, 2, or 3. So that is an 8. That's a 3. That's not. That's a 6. That's a 3. That's a 6. Those aren't 6s. So that's a 5. Two, 3, 4, and 7. Not a 4, not 2 or 7, so that's a 7. 3, 4 makes that a 2 and a 4, 1 and a 2. The 2 and 4 should have fixed that earlier. Notice that. 5, 6 pairs, so 1, 8, 9, 3. 1, 9, and 1. So where's 1? Has to be here. This 1 is one of those two, and it's there because of that one. 4, 8 pair. 4, 8, but this 4 makes it 8, 4, and 8, a 3, a 9, an 8, 9, 5, a 3, a 4, a 3, a 6, a 5, a 6, a 5, 4 and 7, 2, 6 is here, 8 is there, and we're done. Looks like this is the right puzzle. Yeah. Average, I guess. It's not really an easy puzzle. Noticing that 5 here is really important, but I don't know if that's necessarily an easy thing to consider. Although, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with average. Next puzzle. Oh. Green stuff? It's just my phone being goofy. Oh, still says we're live. I dropped a few frames, but
Yeah, you still see. Wait a minute.
Hmm?
Nope. Okay, I was gonna say, did you freeze on my phone? No, you did not.
reloaded on my phone. Success. First try. Alright. Next puzzle. Boomerangs in Orbit by Sudoku Noob. Normal Sudoku rules apply. German whispers. Along each green line, each pair of adjacent digits have a difference of at least 5. Renban lines. Each pink line contains a set of consecutive digits that do not necessarily appear in order. Sum xv. An x between two digits means they sum to 10. A v between two digits means they sum to 5. Well, these have to be 1, 2, 8, 9, don't they?
Yeah.
They have to be at the extreme ends, because 5's guaranteed on here. So if I go up from 5 to grab 6, then I would also have to grab 4. And if I grab the 3, then I'd also have to grab 7. So that's guaranteed. And I can't put 5 in any of those. So this is 5. I also can't put 5 in any of those. So that's a 5. Not a 4, not a 1. 79. Oh, I have the same thing going on here, where that places a 5. I know a 5 is required.
Right.
But I guess it doesn't matter whether the 5 is required. It's just simply the fact that this column needs a 5, that row needs a 5. You can't put 5s on German whisper lines, and you can't put it on 10s. And so that's the only spot that satisfies in this box both the row and column constraint. let's say these are both low digits. Then those are both low digits, so these two would have to be high digits. Along with those
And
two.
they would have to be 6, 7 in box.
Box 9.
Mm-hmm.
So then these two would be low digits, which would make that low, and those two high. Okay. What if I did the opposite? A low digit middle and two high digits. This would have to be a high-low pair, a high-low pair. So then this would have to be high in the middle and then two low.
That would not work. Because if you follow the box 7,
Oh,
that puts 5 low.
I should have paid attention
And
to
that
that.
would have
That would have
been,
made things
yeah.
easier. If those two are high, combine those. These have to be low, a 3-4 pair. Then these are 6, 7. And then these two are low and high.
And since 4 can't in box 7 cannot go on the German Whisper, it has to be on the V. And it's 8, 9 around the 3.
Seven there. So 5, 6. That's 7, 6. 1, 4 is going to take the ones out. That's not a 7. So that is 8, 9 pair. So one of those has to be a 6. So that's a 1. That's a 4. That's 3 or 5. 1 and 4. And that's all of the high digits. So that's 2 and 4. So you've got 1 and 3. This is 6 or 8. I have to have a 3, but it could be 1 or 6 as the other digit.
But then
3
you can
has to
place
go.
7 in box 1.
That's true.
9
5,
is one of those
3,
two.
2, 4. 1, 6, 8, 9, 3. Okay. Well, that's a high and a low. That's a high digit. So if I did 2 high digits, I couldn't put a 6. But if I put 2 low digits, then I have to put a 6. And a 3. I don't know if I can make any sense out of that yet. 6, 7, 4, and 1. Not 2s, not 9s. That was helpful. This is 2 and 3, and that would be 8, 9. Otherwise, get 2 and 3 in the middle, be 7, 8. This is loads 2 or 3, which is going to be 7, 8, 9. I could still put 4 of 6 over here. But if I do...
Row 8.
That's not
That's
really
row
it, is
7.
it?
Yeah, the 9 in row 8 has to go in box 8.
So 9, 9, 8. 2. What? 3? No. No. 1,
2.
2 and 9. So you got 2, 9, and 2, 9. Why I struggle with
The bottom
that.
would be 3, 5, and 7.
Where's 6 in this column? It's not there or there. None of those are 6. Well, if one of those was to be a 6, we would have to pair with a 1, but you can't put a 1 there, so neither of those could be 6. So 6 ends up being one of those two. If I put 8 here, then that would be 9, 1, and 4. And if I put 9, that would be 8, 2, and 3. If this is 4, that would have to be 6 over there. But if that's 4, then that's a 4 and a 6. Okay, if this is 4, where do I put 6 in this row? Well, that can't be a 6 because it's 8 or 9. But if I can't put a 6 on this x because it would have to pair with the 4. And I've already shown earlier that 6 has to be up here. You can't put a 6 there. So you'd have to put 6 as one of those two. But then where does the 4 end up over here? Well, it has to be one of the two 4. You'd put a 4 here, which would have to pair with a 6, and I'd have 2 6s in this box. So that's
Right, so
3,
that
2, 8, 9, 2, 3. Well, that is a 9, so that's not a 1. 4 and 6 and 1. 7 and 6. 4 and 2. Huh. Somehow
4
this
pairs
ended
with
up
6.
being a 4, 6 both ways.
And we know what the X is in box 3.
1, 9.
No.
Yeah.
Can't be 1,
This
2,
is
or
the
3.
6. 4, 6, 1. Got 1 over there. I wasn't paying attention. I think this is going to be the last puzzle. We'll have a little bit of extra time.
Yeah.
My brain's
And that
not-
1, yeah. Oh, I'll only do a little bit. 5, 7, 9. 2 and 8. 3, 5, and 7.
What's going on here? 1,
It needs a 2 in the middle.
7, and 9. So that means this has to be a 3 in the middle with an 8 now. Because you can't, there's
Right,
not enough
yeah.
low digits. 5 or
5 or
7, but the 7's 9. Well, it can't be 8 or 9. 7, 9. 9, 7, 2, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Well, that was less helpful than I hoped it would be. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, I think. 2 is here. I also need a 1. It's going to be this one. 2, 3, 4. Need a 5. There. 5 over there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 3, 5, 6, 8, 3. Done. Yeah. Boomerangs in orbit. Well, that is apparently loading slowly. Technically we've still got a little bit of time, but my brain is fuzzy, so I'm going to say we'll hit the stop button here. Just waiting on Logic Masters Germany to load here. Doesn't seem to want to load for some random reason, but I don't know. It is what it is. While we are waiting on that, anything you wanted to say about any of the puzzles that we did so far? Or did today?
Turning it on point just made it super difficult.
Yeah. It was strangely extra difficult when it got rotated.
I think that one little rotation wouldn't have that much, but apparently it did.
Now Logic Masters Germany won't load. Sad faces. Alright. Well, I don't know why it's not loading. But once it does finally load, I will save that. I'll put it in the video description. If this puzzle that we did, boomerangs in orbit, was on Logic Masters Germany. I mean, I know that the internet works. I typed in Google, so that's a successful internet working. Must just be Logic Masters Germany servers. Alright, well, that is what it is. I will put it in the video description if it is relevant to the video description. If not, I won't. That being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that fancy YouTube engagement stuff. It's also nice if you ring the notification bell and share the video, the streams. That being said, can't think of anything other than there will be more Sudoku tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and more Outward on Saturday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, as long as I get enough sleep. Last Saturday, I did not stream Outward because I didn't get enough sleep. It is what it is sometimes. Alright, then, with that being said, I think that is the thank you for watching screen, and have a good night.
Good night.